No one can make an intelligent decision without being properly informed. This is why this world wants to control the media. This is why media hype can take you up, take you down. So you don't know anymore who's really good, because the media can make a wicked man look good and make a good man look evil. That is why. Until the dawn, I can't quit. I'm like Saddam, keeping my eye on Clinton, watching each movie he makes. Cause every slither he takes.
Sir, let us first start by saying, in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah. I bear witness that Muhammad is his messenger. As students of religion, as citizens of this wonderful planet that we call Earth, we thank Allah for each and every one of his servants, his prophets, his great ones, his sages, and each of the scriptures that they brought. So we thank Allah for Moses and Abraham and the Israeli prophets and the Israelite scriptures. We thank him for the Old Testament, the Torah. We thank Allah for Jesus and his disciples and the revelation of the Injil, or the New Testament, the Gospel. We thank Allah for Prophet Muhammad ibn Abdullah of 1400 years ago and the divine revelation of the Holy Quran. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon each and every one of these worthy servants of his. But as students of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, we can never thank Allah enough for his divine intervention in our affairs. And when I say our affairs, I'm talking about black people right here in the hills of North America. Because God's pattern has always been the same. And that pattern is that whenever the people stray from the straight path of God, God always raises one from amongst that people to send to them, and he has a message in his ear, he has a message in his mouth specifically for him or for them. So the Holy Quran teaches us that Allah sends a messenger to every single nation. The question is, who did he send us?
Come on, good question.
So we thank Allah for his coming in the divine person, like Brother David mentioned, of Master Fard Muhammad, the great Mahdi of the Muslims and the great Messiah of the Christians. He came 9,000 miles to seek and to save that which was lost, fulfilling the scripture. Upon his arrival here, he raised one from amongst us, because his ministry amongst us only lasted 3.5 years. And that one that he raised was a Georgia-born black man who only went to the 4th grade of school, but in my estimation, is the most brilliant and powerful black man to ever walk the planet besides God himself.
Come on.
And that person is the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. But if I live to be 1,000, I can never thank Allah enough for leaving one as a reminder that God is present in the world. Leaving one as a comfort to us, leaving one as a warner to us, leaving one as a reminder to us, leaving one as a guide in the absence of the guide, a teacher in the absence of the teacher. That one I am attempting to represent to you today. He is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And it is in their names that we greet you in the nation's greetings of peace. We say Assalamu alaikum. Praise be to Allah. How's everyone feeling?
Fine, sir.
All praises due to Allah. I too am doing fine by Allah's grace, striving to make my word my bond. Now, as usual, we always want to state our intention before we get into this. But our intention is never to make mockery or even to entertain. Our intention, of course, is to educate, to elevate, to edify, to inspire. And if we fail to do so, if the message doesn't come across, which it might not, then all that blame belongs to me. But if you get anything of value, anything that you can use, if you learn anything, then all praise belongs to Allah. All right?
That's right.
Now, today's subject, man, is a very powerful subject. And it's a subject that, as I was preparing, I've never taught on. And it comes out of the latest edition of the Final Call newspaper. The will is real, more than a vision. The will is real. Now, I have to say that this is in the Nation of Islam, this is really one of the most controversial subjects that we could ever cover, right? Because in truth, this is a teaching that we have been advocating through the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan ever since the nation was born 92 years ago. This is a teaching that really has caused a lot of mockery, of the nation, of people making fun of the nation because y'all niggas believe in flying saucers, right?
Come on.
Can we keep it a buck up in here?
Come on.
This is real. I remember in the 90s. Y'all remember In Living Color?
Yes, sir.
They did a skit. Yeah, called The Wrath of Farrakhan. And they had David Wayans play the minister, and he was up on the ship, and he got some, ridiculous FY beside his side. But they were making mockery because during the 90s, 1990, in fact, but then you take that announcement I have here. I did, sir. Let me get that. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan made an announcement, right? In 1990. And you can get it back there. How much is this, Brother David?
The price is in the inside.
Oh, okay. Praise be to Allah. Praise be to Allah. You can get it back there. But this was an announcement that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan made. I said in 1990, but it's actually October of 1989, where he announced to the world that the government had been planning a war against a Muslim country. At the time that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan received the message, it was September of 1985. And September 17th which was yesterday, marked the 31st anniversary of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's More Than a Vision experience, where he said he was taken up on that wheel, that mother plane, right? But the important thing to remember about what the minister said was that this is the foundation that the minister has been standing on ever since he's been working on behalf of our people, since he received that vision or that experience. Does that make sense? What I mean, let me be clear. Because on Living Color, they made mockery. You know what I'm saying? They made mockery because the minister said he went up on that great wheel and received a message from the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. But I'm saying, again, it's so important because it was that message and what he received from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad on the wheel that has guided every step that he has taken ever since. Are y'all listening?
Yes, sir.
So the Million Man March was because of the experience that the minister had on the wheel.
Come on.
Are y'all listening?
Yes, sir.
Everything that the minister has done has been based upon what he got from Elijah Muhammad on the wheel. Now, again, this is a tough subject, but not really. The will is absolutely real. And the paper reads, for decades, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and the Nation of Islam has taught on the reality of so-called UFOs, their aim, purpose, and significance, and how these advanced crafts relate to Allah, God's divine promise to his servants and black people.
Come on.
All throughout the paper is talking about the nation's teaching on these wheels and how relevant they are to your and my salvation. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
So, a message to the black man, which everybody should get. Message to the black man in America. Let me show you this book. This book right here. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad writes on page 291, the present wheel-shaped plane, known as the mother of planes, is 1/2 mile by 1/2 mile and is the largest mechanical man-made object in the sky. Did y'all hear me?
Come on.
Yes, sir.
I want to go over that again. The present wheel-shaped plane, known as the mother of planes, is 1/2 mile by 1/2 mile and is the largest mechanical man-made object in the sky. Now, he goes on to say how advanced the technology is on the wheel. Right? Read a little bit from Message to the Black Man.
Yes.
He goes on to say, it is a small human planet made for the purpose of destroying the present world of the enemies of Allah. The cost to build such a plane is staggering. The finest brains were used to build it. It is capable of staying in outer space 6 to 12 months at a time without coming into the Earth's gravity. It carried 1,500 bombing planes with most deadliest explosives, the type used in bringing up mountains on the earth. The very same method is to be used in the destruction of this world. Right?
Come on.
Are y'all following me?
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna dispel some myths. Yes, sir. Come on in, brother. Have a seat. Good to see you, black man. We're gonna dispel some myths because the myth is, like I said before, y'all Negroes believe in flying saucers and aliens and blah, blah, blah. Making mockery, right? But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, no. The present wheel-shaped plane, known as the mother of planes, is 1/2 mile by 1/2 mile and is the largest mechanical man-made object in the sky. But I want to focus on it being man-made.
Come on.
See, Master Fard Muhammad is the master of this wheel.
That's right.
Are y'all listening?
Yes, sir.
Which means it is his mind that came up with the architecture of the wheel.
That's right.
With the engineering of the wheel. That he commissioned people from all over the planet to make parts of the wheel, and then it was brought together and built on the island of Nippon, otherwise known as Japan.
Come on.
Are y'all listening?
Yes, sir.
But you gotta know something about this great God, Master Fard Muhammad. Let me give you an image of him so we know exactly who we're talking about. Master Fard Muhammad is the best knower among us.
That's right.
This is a man who spoke 16 languages, or who speaks 16 languages, pardon my French, and writes 10. This is a man who came, when he came, he stood and measured the earth according to the scriptures. Are y'all listening?
Yes, sir.
He's the one who told us that the earth is 196,940,000 square miles. That it was comprised of 139,685,000 square miles of water, and that 57,255,000 square miles of land were coming up out of the water. Right? He's the one who told us that the sun was 93 million miles away. They didn't know that before he came.
Come on, teach.
Are y'all listening?
Yes, sir.
He stood and measured the earth. He told us that the earth weighed 6 sextillion tons. That's a 6 followed by 21 zeros. Now, how did he know that? So he's a brilliant black God who who engineered and fashioned the mother of planes. Are y'all listening?
Yes, sir.
Back to it. So that's what we're talking about, right?
Yes,
Master Fard Muhammad. But the thing that's bringing this thing back into well, not back into reality, but that's manifesting, making it manifest in the public, according to the Final Call newspaper, is that now the enemy, because there have been so many sightings of these wheel-like objects in the skies around the world, now they feel that they have to. They've already done congressional hearings, right?
That's right.
Now they've taken the wheels that used to be above top secret, because so many people are seeing them, and now they want to talk about them in a public setting to get the people ready for what they're about to see. Are y'all listening?
Yes, sir.
But keep in mind that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has been telling us this, man, for damn near 70 years. But in the latest edition of the Final Call newspaper, again, which you all need to get, on page 3, it reads, in July, the Department of Defense announced the establishment of the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, or the AARO, an expanded version of the Airborne Object Identification and Management Synchronization Group, the AOI-MSG. The office was created to track unidentified objects. So, the enemy now is beginning or finally acknowledging that these crafts are real and that they exist. And if you listen to the devil, even though he's a liar,
That's
sometimes he'll actually tell you the truth. Every now and again. Y'all know the devil gotta tell the truth from time to time.
Come on.
That's how they sell you on a lie. They bait you with truth first, and then they lie to you. But they used to call these unidentified flying objects. Is that right? But now they don't call them unidentified flying objects anymore. Nor do they say, I'm telling you that they're telling you the truth from time to time, that they are extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial means they're from another world, right?
Yes, sir.
They're saying that they're calling them, instead of UFOs, they're calling them UAPs.
Come on.
An unidentified aerial phenomenon. And they're saying they're not extraterrestrial. They're saying that they are from this world, but there is a technology present that is above and beyond their understanding.
Come on.
That's right.
Are y'all listening?
Yes, sir.
The will is real.
That's right.
Sir.
So, we have to understand that these wheels, and I want to give you an image. This is one of the images that the enemy captured. Now this is an image that was captured by one of their military planes. So it's a Pentagon file pic of a UAP, an unidentified aerial phenomenon. But there have been so many sightings that became public that the government doesn't feel like they can hide it above top secret anymore. But the reality of these wheels is that they were predicted by the prophets 4,000 years ago.
Come on.
In the scripture, in the book of Ezekiel. Y'all familiar with the book of Ezekiel?
Yes, sir.
They talk about, in the 10th chapter of Ezekiel, you have visions of wheels in wheels. Very clear.
Go on.
I mean, if you get a chance, read it. Read the first chapter of Ezekiel as well. And in these wheels, they have coals, right? Which are supposed to be scattered amongst the cities. Now, what that means is, according to the teachers of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, is that these wheels, or this mother wheel, this mother plane, which is the mother of all planes, it has, like I stated before, 1,500 bomber planes, right? And these 1,500 bomber planes each have at least one bomb that, when dropped, it acts as it has a drill on it. And it goes down into the earth a mile high, and it's timed to explode once it gets down a mile, and it blows up a mountain a mile high. Are y'all listening?
Yes, sir.
Man. That's a heavy bomb, right?
Yes, sir.
So the scripture says it like this, according to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Behold. Y'all know what that means, right? Behold means, look here.
Go ahead, sir.
Something God wants you to see. The Lord maketh the earth empty and maketh it a wasteland, turns it upside down and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. Now, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that this scripture in the book of Isaiah pointed to the power of the bombs on each one of these baby planes. That when, because, let me be clear. The will is for the purpose of the destruction of America. I'm gonna say that again. There's no other purpose for it. It's not coming to pick us up and to take us away. Right? It's coming for the destruction of this country. It's coming really for the destruction of this whole world, this whole system of things. But specifically for this country because of the evils that this country has done to you and me.
That's right. That's right.
That's how valuable we are. That God would create a weapon to destroy our enemies. That in the face of us thinking that the white man is all powerful, that he got nuclear bombs, and he'll brag that he can destroy the world 30 to 40 times over.
That's right.
Nuclear capability.
That's right. That's right.
But the God that we serve, the God that loves us, the God that came for us, at his disposal he got rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes.
That's right.
None of which that they could stop. He could send a swarm of gnats, right? But on top of all of these natural weapons, he built the greatest piece of engineering that the world has ever seen in the form of this mother of planes, or this great wheel. All right?
Yes, sir.
So these bombs on these planes The Honorable Elijah Muhammad writes in The Fall of America and Message to the Black Man, he said not one of them will miss. Not one. Not one will fall in water. Every single one will hit the cities of America. And that she could wipe the entire country in 12 hours straight. 12 hours. Reality as we know it could be changed.
That's right. Come on.
Now, like I said before, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Y'all doing all right?
Yes, sir.
He has based everything that he stands upon in this very hour on his experience, like experience. And he has told the last, from Reagan to this current president, everything that they were going to do based upon the vision or the experience that he had with Elijah Muhammad on the wheel.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everything, right?
Yes, sir.
So on page, and this is a very full Final Call newspaper, and you know, the subject really is based upon the Final Call newspaper, and I want to show you all the value of it in every single one that you ever get, because these are really little books, man.
That's right. That's right.
That if you really read each and every one, man, your knowledge base will increase drastically.
Yes, sir.
But he writes on page 36, and this is an article that was written by our brother Ilya Rashad Muhammad, who's an ufologist.
Come on.
He specializes in these unidentified phenomena and their relation to the Nation of Islam. But he writes, the wheels have been seen, excuse me, since 1929. Now I want to stop right there. I want y'all to think about something. The wheel began being seen in 1929. In the 30s, there was an article written, according to the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, where people in Canada saw the wheel come down, and they saw a tube of light come down, and then they seen it come back up, and then it was gone. This was in the 30s.
Come on.
Right, coincidentally or not, during the time that Master Farrakhan Muhammad left.
Come on. Go ahead. Go ahead. Look at that.
Right?
Look at that.
But it was launched in 1929. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, like I stated from Message to the Black Man, said that the wheel cost an astronomical amount of money.
Yes, sir.
Do y'all know what else happened in 1929?
Come on.
The stock market crashed.
Yes, sir.
The beginning of the Great Depression.
Come on.
Money was gone. Have you ever heard an explanation as to why?
Come on. No, sir. Tell us.
Exactly.
Come on.
I'm gonna leave it right there.
Yes, sir.
Exactly. It cost an astronomical amount of money. But on this article, Minister Farrakhan personally experienced them the night of September 17, 1985. He was carried up a mountain in the tiny town of Tepoztlan in Mexico in a vision-like experience with a few friends. And this is the minister, quote, as we reached the top of the mountain, a wheel, or what you call an unidentified flying object, appeared at the side of the mountain. And I was called from the wheel to come up into the wheel. 3 metal legs appeared from the wheel, giving me the impression that it was going to land, but it never came over the mountain. Being somewhat afraid, I called to the members of my party to come with me. But a voice from the wheel spoke, saying, not them, just you. Minister Farrakhan recounted during the October 24th, 1989 press conference. Now I want to stop right there again and go back to the announcement that the minister made in 1989. This was a press conference. Now, man, this is so powerful. He held a press conference in Washington, D.C. and called all the press to tell them that he was taken up on the wheel.
Yes, sir.
Now imagine. I mean, just think about that.
Come on.
You tell somebody you was taken up on one of these crafts. Just the reaction that you're going to get. Again, the mockery, right? The disrespect. People laughing at you, thinking you crazy. But he did that in front of the world.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
So, he says, he was carried up on a beam of light, remember that beam of light again, into the wheel, and the craft lifted off from the side of the mountain at a terrific speed. I knew I was being transported to the great mother wheel, or the mother plane, which is a human-built planet, a half-mile by a half-mile, which the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us for over 60 years.
That's right.
Mr. Farrakhan said. The pilot backed the craft into the mother plane and docked it. Minister Farrakhan then was escorted to a door and admitted into a room. At the center of the ceiling was a speaker, and through the speaker, Minister Farrakhan heard the voice of his teacher, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He spoke in short, cryptic sentences. And as he spoke, a scroll full of cursive writing rolled down in front of my eyes. But it was a projection of what was being written in my mind. As I attempted to read the cursive writing, which was in English, the scroll disappeared, and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad began to speak to me again, Minister Farrakhan said. Now all of that's in scripture. All that's in scripture. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
I'm approving now. I'm approving my point.
Let's go.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
So in the book of Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, remember the 1st chapter and the 10th chapter talks about the wheels. But in the 3rd chapter, it talks about the scroll that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan was to eat. Listen. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man. Y'all know the minister's the Son of Man, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Eat that thou findest. Eat this scroll, and go speak unto the house of Israel. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that scroll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowel with the roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweet. So look, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, there's a scroll rolling down. Before the minister can see what it says, it disappears. And then the Honorable Elijah Muhammad begins to speak and tells him exactly what to say. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
So, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad says, President Reagan has met with the Joint Chiefs of Staff to plan a war. And I want you to hold a press conference in Washington, D.C. and make known their plan and say to the world that you got the information from me, Elijah Muhammad, on the wheel.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Man, powerful.
Come on.
In conclusion, the 1989 press conference, Minister Farrakhan warned the president at the time, George H.W. Bush, the U.S. government, and the American people. He stated that if he is indeed an extension of the divine warnings given from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, then the government should leave him alone, leave the Nation of Islam alone, and cease and desist from its evil planning against the future of black people of America and the world as God has declared their liberation. He continued, this warning is for President Bush, the government, the chief of staff, and the wise to reflect upon so that the unwary citizens of America may not be harmed by the consequences of the wicked machinations of the United States government. You may come against me, which you are free to do, since we have no power to stop you.
Go ahead.
But I warn you that I am backed by the power of Allah
That's right.
and His Christ, or Mahdi and Messiah, and the power of that will in which I received this announcement.
Yes, sir. Come on.
Man,
Go ahead.
powerful, right?
Hey, come on.
Yes, sir.
And again, this is something that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has been standing on ever since he got that vision. He went to Libya, may Allah be pleased with our brother, and warned Brother Muammar Gaddafi of the war planned against him. And Gaddafi was able to get out, but Reagan and his minions assassinated Gaddafi's daughter
Look at that.
during that time. But the minister has warned every president against planning these wars against Muslim nations, the main one being this small baby budding nation of Islam.
Come on. That's right.
All praise is due to Allah. So, evidence. The scripture talks about how, and their Lord went before them in a pillar of cloud to guide their way by day, and a pillar of fire to give them light by night, so that they could travel by day or night.
Come on.
Now that's in the book of Exodus.
Come on.
That's the book in which we getting up out of here.
That's right. Come on. That's right.
Come on.
But here it is.
Look at that.
Look, a cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. Now, look.
Go ahead. Come on.
I'm not making this stuff up.
Go ahead.
The wheel is real. These aren't computer generations or anything like that. These are real photographs. So this one, the enemy would say that's a lenticular cloud. Of course, that's what they would say. But this one was sighted over, I want to say Tempe, Arizona. This one to my right, that is one that was taken in Pozzolan. So the same place where the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan had his vision light experience.
Come on. Come on.
The wheel is real.
Yes, sir.
Everywhere the Son of Man goes, the wheel is there.
Yes, sir.
Now, even today, brothers and sisters, y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Look, man, this one, this one
Ukraine.
was taken just over Ukraine 3 days ago.
Wow. That's
Look at there.
crazy. Wow.
Now, the enemy can't explain. He can't explain what it is. He cannot explain. But they know that they're not extraterrestrial. But they're flying at, let me see if I can find this. I want to say these craft, they've clocked them at, I want to be right and exact, but right off the top of my head, I want to say that they've clocked them at 22,000 miles per hour. Now, how do you clock something at that speed? I don't know. But the enemy, of course, doesn't have anything that can move that fast. I'll find it. It's in there. But they've been knowing about the nation's ties to these wheels really ever since the 30s. In 1942, and Brother Rashad goes into it in this article, they had in Los Angeles, in the city of Los Angeles, what they call the Battle of LA. Have y'all ever heard of the Battle of LA?
Yes, sir.
The Battle of LA, the U.S. military fired over 1,400 artillery shells at the wheels. Didn't hit one. It was shortly thereafter where they went and interrogated the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and stole all of the writings and the drawings that he had on the wheel from his headquarters mosque in Chicago. And then, of course, arrested him a short time later for draft dodging, right? When he was 45 years old. This happened in 1942. So they've known about these wheels for a long time. They've known their ties to the Nation of Islam. They've known their ties to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan being the Son of Man for a great while. But of course they don't want to tell it. So I want to continue reading out of the book of Ezekiel, because the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan went and he warned them. I want to show y'all that this man, Louis Farrakhan, is, at this present time, the Son of Man.
Yes, sir.
Just like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is the Son of Man. Just like Master Fard Muhammad, the Son of Man. They all sons of men.
Come on.
Is that right?
Come on.
But these Son of Men are very special because they're written of in the scripture. So after he eats the scroll, he says, and he said unto me, Son of man, go, get thee unto the house of Israel and speak with my words unto them. That was the announcement, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He says, for thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of an hard language, but to the house of Israel. Not too many people of a strange speech and of a hard language whose words thou canst not understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. So he's saying, if you'd have sent if you'd have went to somebody you didn't know, who didn't even speak your language, they would actually listen. But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted. Behold, again, look here. I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. As an adamant harder than flint have I made thy forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they may be a rebellious house. Now we gotta clear some things up, right? Because this scripture is talking about the house of Israel, but no one understand that during the time of this writing, Israel didn't even exist.
Teach.
Are y'all listening?
Yes, sir.
This scripture was written 4,000 years ago. Israel didn't come into existence as a nation until them so-called fake Johnny-come-lately European Jews annexed the Palestinians' land in 1948. Are y'all listening?
Yes, sir.
So this house of Israel couldn't be talking about them.
Come on.
No, this house of Israel is man. Israel is a name given to a people in a future time.
Come on.
Israel in the scripture. Man, this is so powerful. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Israel's name was once, yes sir, Jacob.
That's right.
Or in Arabic, Yaqub.
Uh-oh.
Y'all, that name sound familiar?
Yes, sir.
But Jacob in the scripture it says that he wrestled with an angel and he prevailed. Meaning he won.
Come on.
And his name was changed to Israel.
That's right.
So Israel, this future Israel, is representative of a future people who have a certain attitude. That certain attitude that they have is that they are rebellious in every single way
Come on.
to the will of God.
Yes, sir. Teach.
Nobody fits that description better than America.
Come on.
So he was sent to this house of Israel, but they wouldn't hear him. And so the minister has warned every single president.
That's right.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And the scripture says, but man, all those of the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted.
Teach.
They're not going to hear you, man.
Yep.
But behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces. Meaning that whatever they come with, they ain't got nothing for you, Farrakhan.
That's right.
Nothing.
Right.
Because you backed by Allah and his Christ.
Yes, sir.
Man, y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
And he says, and as an adamant, harder than flint. You know, a flintstone's the hardest stone in the world. That's Farrakhan's head. That whatever comes against you, man, they're not going to win. They are not going to prevail. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Right.
So, everywhere, just to prove that the minister is who he is, who he says he is. And he don't even have to prove that he is who he is.
That's right.
I mean, damn. That man don't have to prove nothing. He is shown and proved for nearly 70 years. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
But it been consistent. That's incredible, man,
Right.
amongst our people. But these wheels are real. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said that everywhere I go, wheel right there. The Son of Man in the scripture, he's able to summon the wheels.
Come on.
Are y'all listening?
Yes, sir.
Man. During a July 4th address, 2020, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan gave a wonderful lecture where he gave us guidance.
That's right.
Specifically with regard to COVID-19 and the vaccines and how we should absolutely not take these vaccines. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
But what he also did was he summoned the wheels. Y'all listening?
Yes, sir.
Pardon some of
That's
his
why I
language.
asked them to show you the wheels.
Yes, sir.
Because I've also asked Allah to send them
Yes, sir.
over here.
Yes, sir.
Just to confirm what I've said
Yes,
today.
sir. Yes, sir.
That the man that I'm representing, you, those two men,
Yeah.
they are the masters of the wheel.
Yes, sir.
And that's where I got what I got
That's right.
to tell you over the last 20 years, nearly 30 years.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The planning of the presidents of the United States, I got it on my visit to the wheel.
Yes, sir.
You all laughed at me, thought I was crazy, but I'm about to go back
Right. That's right.
to the wheel.
Come on.
Yes, sir. That's right.
That's the same thing.
Come on. Yeah, same day, bro.
Yeah.
Yep. That's
Flowers for the fly. Pardon some of the language on some of these words.
Now this one.
Yeah.
See 4th of July. You have motherfucking old! Get the fuck out of here! That is a UFO, y'all! And we don't have shit that stop in mid-air! We don't have shit that stop in mid-air! I'm submitting this shit right here. New York, July 4th, same day.
Okay, man.
Shut up.
Trying.
That is.
Oh, stop.
Oh my God.
You don't see it?
Yeah, I see it.
That's a flying saucer.
Oh, God.
I saw one before they were chasing it.
Oh, God.
See that cookie? I see that. Oh, shit. This is on Ripley's, believe it or not. You see that thing cooking?
It's getting smaller.
Yeah, look off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, stop.
What color?
Praise be to Allah.
Yes, sir. Sir, yes, indeed.
So, those are just a few of the sightings. A few of the witness accounts, and there's so many more. A simple Google search will make my argument, right? But I wanted to say, family, this message is extremely important because we need to know our value.
That's right.
I mean, for real, we really need to know our value. We need to know that God cares for us.
That's right.
That's right.
He cares so much for us that He chose us.
Yes, sir.
And I say all the time into the scripture because, man, we went through the furnace of affliction.
Come on. That's right. That's right.
He chose us because we have been Job and we've never cursed God. Ever. As much as we've suffered as a people, man, black people are the most religious and spiritual people you'll ever find. Is that right?
That's right.
Sir.
We are his chosen.
Yes, sir.
And I'm up out of time, but I just want you all to make sure that you get this latest copy of the Final Call newspaper. And every time the Final Call comes out, make sure that you read it. Again, you're doing yourself a wonderful favor by reading the Final Call newspaper.
Right.
The information in it is so powerful and life-saving.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Yes,
So I
sir.
want to thank you all, man, for being so attentive. I hope that the message was clear. I tried to be as clear as I possibly could, that the wheels are absolutely real. I want to encourage everyone, if you have the Nation of Islam's app on your phone, make sure that you watch today's webcast. We got our beautiful sisters, Sister Ladios and Sister Asiya here today. However, most of our sisters are in Chicago. And so Brother Ishmael did a wonderful talk on he was doing a wonderful talk. I'm sure it was great. I didn't get to hear it all. On the divinity of the female. So make sure you go to NOI.org and watch that. Thank you all again for being so attentive. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for lending us your ear. I'm going to leave you as I greet you in peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.
It's your brother Herman, Supreme Style Muhammad. Just wanted to drop in and let you know what we have going on. In addition to our community work that we've been doing for years, and in addition to being the sole proprietor of Supreme Style Barbershop, where we've been serving the community for close to 25 years, now we've partnered up with an insurance company called Ethos in an effort to help our people with life insurance. That's something that we all need. I know it's something that we don't want to think about, but it is something that we all need if we want to leave anything to our loved ones when we leave this space. So do me a favor, click on the link or go to our website astar2.com and click on the Ethos page. We'll see you on the other side.
I'm a DJ in your town, looking for direction, matter of fact the produce section. Can I get more? On the way to school, walking by the prison door, plus 2 liquor stores and a dog park. Talk about an eyesore when the post park. Have you ever seen a collard green when it grow up? Now show enough.